Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is, I think, early June. Yeah, first day of June here, 2021. And we're just here talking with Jeff. Jeff is one of the Ag Invest growers, and he's actually one of the larger operators that we work with. And today, in the background, you can see some very nice equipment. We're looking at a set of equipment here, a tractor and a planter that is going to be very close, if not right at $1 million, which, you know, 50 years ago that would just be unheard of. But Jeff, thanks for talking with us today. And I just want to sort of tell the viewers why it makes sense for you as an operator to spend $1 million on a tractor planter combination, and maybe you could talk about some of the technology that you're using here.
Sure. Well, I guess first off, we're talking about economies of scale, right? So, a lot of things go along with that. Number one, as we increase our land base and work with people like Ag Invest, we can, spread our costs over a larger amount of acres. So when we look at a unit like this, we've ramped up our production and our land base significantly in the last little while. So this unit will cover several thousand acres in a year. And so that's why it makes sense to us, and that's why we can afford to use kind of the latest technology and a lot of the features that both the planter and the tractor have.
Yeah, so a lot of other operators obviously won't be spending this type of money on this equipment, but because you're farming so many acres, not only do you get to spread your costs out over more acres, but you get to take advantage of this brand new technology. So maybe could you tell us some of the technology features that are on this particular setup, and also how that ends up in your pocket at the end of the day with better productivity?
Yeah, sure. So I guess what led us to go this way is we've done a number of we do a lot of research on our farm, and we make a lot of observations. So kind of the most noticeable feature of this planter tractor combo is the tracks on both the planter and the tractor.
Okay.
And so that kind of stems from some issues we saw in the field with a previous planting unit. So a few years ago we added tracks to the planter, and then this tractor is new this year. And we just feel that there's a great benefit to the tracks when it comes to compaction.
Yep.
A number of other features. So this planter does variable rate fertilizer and variable rate planting and seeding. So of course that's just varying our population across based on zones and yield history and some other variables across the farm. So that we see a fair benefit from that, and that's maybe something that a lot of older equipment isn't equipped with. It has hydraulic downforce, which of course helps out quite a bit in terms of seeding depth and keeping that depth consistent.
Yep.
Which really gives us the stands that we want, which we know are really important when it comes to crop yields.
And could you just explain the last thing? If you could just explain how the variable rate application of seed and fertilizer, why that's so important, and why that's really quite an advancement in technology.
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess fundamentally we know that different farms are more or less productive than other ones, right? And so we've kind of taken that a step further, and now we're because there are areas of a field or a farm that are more productive or less productive, or need different levels of inputs. And so this technology allows us to use satellite-based data and information, so we can vary those rates based on soil characteristics or productivity.
Yeah.
And we've worked into doing some zone soil testing now, so that's where the fertilizer comes into play.
Good.
Yeah, it's been working well for us.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Let's get to planting.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're just now inside the tractor with this planter unit. How many rows is this, Jeff?
This is a 24-row planter, 60 feet, 30-inch rows. Yeah.
So we're planting here white beans today, and I just want to go over some of the technology that we often talk about this technology, but I guess starting with this screen here, Jeff, if you could just explain what's happening with the variable rate seeding.
Yeah, sure. So as we go across the field, we're varying the rate of seed, so you can see the zones indicated by the different colors, and you can see the planter reacting to them as we pass through them. increasing or decreasing the rate, depending on. Here we're going through a nice low spot in the farm, so it's going to cut back the rate, as you might be able to see there in the red zones. And as we kind of climb back up, increase our topography here, we're going to bump that rate up a little bit more.
And what's over here at this main panel here? Is it showing the row units or?
Yep. So right here we've got our population, or our planting population. So that's that's giving us information on each individual row, whether they're above or below the target rate. And then we've also got some downforce indications here, which will tell us if we've got too much. So basically that line there will tell us whether we're above or below our target downforce. And that's important because we want to maintain an even seeding depth. And then of course we've got our dry fertilizer application over here running at 240 pounds right now.
Right, so we're applying fertilizer and we're applying seed all at the same time, and all that's taking place at a variable rate that's based on the soil sampling data that's collected in the tractor, and then it's applied. And at the end of the day, Jeff, that essentially is saving us in both seed and fertilizer costs, because we're essentially applying it at a perfect rate, which means it's going to be optimizing our costs on a per acre basis.
Absolutely, that's always the goal. We can have moving targets, and as time goes on, we get better and better at building those scripts to what they should be. But
Good.
We've seen the benefits so far, and we'll continue to try to develop them further.
All right, thanks. Take care.